And the cheerleaders from Winter excited that the season is starting tonight. It is August 18th. Hard to believe that we are doing a Football Friday, but we had a ton of games on the schedule for tonight in 11B and all the 9-man schools.
We're, of course, excited to be back in the studio on Friday nights all the way through the regular season. This year's show brought to you by RepairableVehicles.com. We had a lot of heroes in week 0.
And we start our coverage in Winter, where the cheerleaders were, where the Warriors have had two of the most dominant seasons back-to-back in South Dakota history in any level. But they lost 21 of 22 starters. So they're starting over this year, and they were playing a very good Sioux Falls Christian team. Tyler Van Horsen takes it all the way down near the goal line, down 24 yards to the 1-yard line, and then it's going to be Jacob Just who gets over on the quarterback sneak. The extra point, the 2-point conversion, made it 8-0. Later in the first, Sioux Falls Christian gets the reverse. Again, it's Tyler Van Horsen, and he makes several people miss. Look at the nice cutbacks right here. Takes it all the way to the house. Chargers on top 16-0 for Jake Pettengill. Second half, the defense plays great. The sack right there by Carter. Brickman dropped by Joel DeHigh. And later on, Winter with the ball just couldn't get anything going at all on offense. They were just shut down. Their offense did not score, and your final was 24-6. Afterwards, we talked to Jake about how his team looked in week number 0.
Both teams didn't know what they had coming into the game. You know, Winter has a new group. We had a new group, and we knew we were athletic. We knew they were going to be very good. We knew they had some good backs. We know they're a weight room school, so we knew we were going to come into that game and have a battle, and our kids came out and battled. I'm very, very proud of them.
And they were pretty excited, as you can see, afterwards.
Yeah, Jeff Van Loer was excited when we talked to him at 6 o'clock to begin the new year. His Bridgewater Emery-Ethan team ranked number 2. They might be going for number 1 after that Winter loss. And this guy, Cole Gassman, with the touchdown run to make it 6-0. They were supposed to play at Sparky Anderson Field. That field's too wet, so they moved it to O'Gorman. That was our first touchdown. Here's our first slobber knocker. That is courtesy of Dustin Weber. And it was 6-0 after 1. Into the second quarter, Gassman squirts around the right tackle and into the promised land. It's 12-0. On the next drive, might as well get the hat trick. Gassman once again will power his way in the end zone on the counter and into the sunset right there, as it was all Bridgewater Emery-Ethan. They win it 40-0.
On to the 9-man ranks, and no team got more preseason recognition than the Gregory Gorillas. We sent Jack Ebel to Kimball for Week 1 highlights.
Mark, walking in, a Gregory fan told me he expected a tough game, but when you have Andy McCants at quarterback, that makes things a heck of a lot easier for the Gorillas. Starting off early, McCants, the righty, rolls to his left. He chucks it high in the sky, 53 yards to Blake Bowes for the touchdown. That's a 2-touchdown lead for the Gorillas early. This is McCants again, misses one. Whoa, looking around, coming back, misses another, chucks it, and it's caught. Wow. That's a touchdown. That's Jade Vanderwerth. That was McCants' 3rd touchdown of the game in the first half. Now this is Dylan Moynan to Carter Fredrickson. Whoa, hang on there, buddy. He stays up, and he takes it all the way to the house, 65 yards, trying to get the Wildcats something going. But there's just one problem. The magic man, McCants, looking around, spins away from one, staying up on his feet, sunset, that can't stop him, shoots out another, staying alive, chucks it to the end zone, and there's his friend Vanderwerth again. He had 4 touchdowns in the first half. The Gorillas have something to beat their chest to tonight. They win 48-16.
McCants' name should be McCann, not McCants. He's unbelievable. The Baltic Bulldogs ranked number 2 in 9AA in the preseason. They were in Alexandria tonight against Hansen, a perennial powerhouse in 9-man football. And Hansen gets it going early. Screen pass to Drew Ferry for a nice game. Later in the drive, Matt Kaiser with the touchdown plunge, and the Beavers go up 8-0. Hansen's looking to add to the lead here as those cheerleaders hoping to do lots of push-ups tonight. But it's Ethan Rago with the interception for the Bulldogs. Nice pick on the dive. He looked like a great wide receiver on that play. Then, just before halftime, Isaac Swartout gets the carry. and he's going to stretch to the end zone. Touchdown.
Well done.
Makes it 8-6, but your final, double that score, 16-12 in favor of the Beavers.
The Blue Dragons of Garretson, usually a pretty good team. They're ranked
Sky.
again. How about that sunset tonight? But watch out for the Howard Tigers. Howard up 18-16 at half. Third quarter, Kelshawn Deere with the strip, and Mark Rattenborg recovers. The Blue Dragons are in business, and they take advantage. Look at Deontay Lyman on the jet sweep. He's as fast as a jet, 38 yards. It's 24-18 Garretson after 3 quarters. Start of the fourth quarter, it looked like the Blue Dragons were going to put this one away. They're inside the Howard 10-yard line, but Mitch Kramer saves the day. Get him a grand slam at Rusty's for that fumble as Howard takes over, and they march 90 yards with the lightning in the background. It's Gavin Erickson Reisdorfer getting into the end zone. That ties things up at 24. Pat Rummel looking for a play to take the lead on the 2-point conversion. It's Kramer at quarterback. The lob. Tate Schwader tiptoes for 2. It's 26-24. Howard scored with 49 seconds left. They pull the upset, 32-30.
Wow, quite the game there. Now, in Class 9B, Coleman is the preseason favorite. They won big tonight, but how about the Colome Cowboys? Right behind them in the rankings tonight. They were at Centerville to kick things off, and that was Chase Dufek with the touchdown run, and it's 6-0 for the guys in green, and they would dominate tonight. Again, Colome's Jackson Kinzer with a long run all the way down inside the 5-yard line, almost scoring on that play. And then later it's going to be Leighton Thiemann. He looks to pass. That's not there. He says, hey, if Andy McCants can do it, so can I. Remember last year we had 3 state champs within 30 miles of each other?
Yeah.
He takes it in for the touchdown. That made it 14-0. And then it's going to be Bo Bertram with a touchdown run. Watch Bo go. Bo knows where the end zone is. 22-0 at that point. Final would be 50-0 Cologne, the Cowboys victorious.
And finally, always a great matchup when Irene, Wakonda, and Viborg Hurley go at it in the first quarter. First play of the second half, Trey King. I think we're going to hear this guy's name a lot this season. He goes 75 yards. Irene Wakonda was up 24-0 at half, and well, they go up 32-0. King not done. A little bit later in the third quarter, he's going to run it in again. Not quite as long a distance, which is good for him because I'm sure he was tired after that 75-yarder. It's 39-0. Viborg Hurley does break up the shutout with Chase Mason tossing it to Chase Gust. Chase to Chase.
Nice play.
Grab in the end zone. Nice win, though, for Irene Wakonda.
46-6. All right, there's your Colome score again. The Cowboys ranked, as I said, number 2 in the state in their class with a 50-0 victory tonight at Centerville. Great way to start the year. Here's the shocker of the night. Sioux Falls Christian beating Winter 24-6. A lot of those kids last year got to play a lot for Winter, so even though they graduated 21 of 22 starters, I'm sure that was a tough one for them.
But Sioux Falls had a lot of new players, too.
Sioux Falls, too. A good game for them tonight. Bridgewater, Emery-Ethan, they may take over that top spot in the rankings in that class this week with that 40-0 win over Beresford. Gregory, again, Andy McCants, a dazzling performance for him, as Jack Abel showed us. They beat Kimball White Lake 48-16. He might be the most exciting player in the state. Hansen over Baltic 16-12. Great finish. There's your game of the night, and you were there right until the bitter end with Howard. It's nice to see them making a comeback after a couple of down years. Garretson is always good. They were ranked in the preseason poll. Bonham and Parks, and that is a typical score for those teams. They just punch it out, and the team that is still standing at the end, like a heavyweight bout, really. Laura Brule and Mobridge Pollock both win tonight. North Border beats Harriet Selby. Webster with a shutout, 51-0 over Tri-State. Alcester Hudson beats Tripp Delmont Armor 52-8. Canastota Freeman, they're going to be good again this year. They win on the road at Minnow Marion, 46-8 was your final score there. Clark Willow Lake, 48-14. Coleman Egan, as I said earlier, they won. We had our summer skip day golf tournament up in Coleman today, and I know everybody was pretty excited about their defending state champion team as they win on the road. Hamlin, in one of the games of the night as well, that close game, defensive battle, Hamlin beats Britton Hecla. McCook Central Montrose 43-6. Sioux Valley, that's a team to watch for this year. They beat a good Canton team 42-14. Warner over Northwestern 44-12. Arlington Lake Preston, that's a typical score between those two teams. The Cards over the Cards, 48-26. Corsica Stickney good again this year, as they are almost every year. Roncalli with a shutout.
Nice.
Chester, one of the games of the night too, 20-14 there. Hitchcock-Tulare wins 44-0. And Ipswich Edmonds Central, 60-6 over Teosposina. I'm out of breath.
We still got about 11 weeks to go. We got Little League World Series highlights coming up after the break.